Hello everyone and welcome to the mill today. Today I have a solo playthrough video and it's going to be on Smitten 2. So if you didn't know, the first Smitten was almost kind of like a 10th anniversary gift to people through Stonemaier. It was originally actually free for a little bit on their web store with the first Smitten, and then it was a really cheap game. And now there is another 10 games. Ryan Davis actually made a Smitten 2 based on Jamey's original game. So Smitten 2 has new art and new card powers, but it is the same basic rules as the first one. So if you give me a minute, I will bring the camera down to the table and show you a solo playthrough of Smitten 2, which just came out this fall in 2025. All right, so here we are back at the table, getting ready to play Smitten 2. So, all right, so the first one was kind of in an envelope. This one has a nice little box here and is designed by Ryan Davis based on Jamey's original design. Art is by the Miko this time. So, if you aren't familiar with Smitten 2, it is the one exception to the Stonemaier rules. This is only played solo and two-player. This is the entire rule book, and I'm going to be showing you the solo rules. So if you look here, you'll notice we're going to be trying to make two 3x3 grids, and they need to be identical. So there are 18 cards. All right, I've already mostly shuffled them. And so what we're going to do is we are going to first randomly put one to the side. Off screen. Now I'll give you a heads up. In this game, you can either win or lose rather quickly, as it's very short. Okay. So we have shuffled them, and now we need to create two hands by dealing two face-up cards and one face-down card to each hand. So 1, 2, there's the face-down. So we'll call this my hand, and here's my partner's. 1, 2. All right, and then here's our deck. So now what is interesting in Smitten is that you don't have to switch off who does what turn. You get to choose each time. It's just a matter of when cards get to be refilled and everything fun with that. So it's definitely a puzzle, and it's completely dependent on what cards come out. So first thing I have to do is I have to look at what card powers are out, because whichever card I place in, especially this first time, because once I place a card out, then the card that go into that grid next have to connect. So right now, if you look at the cards, it even tells you where those are. And these can go into either grid. This one doesn't have to go into this grid. Okay, it can go over to this grid. These will be convenient because they're 4 and 5. They'd be right next to each other, and the 2 could go above that. So let's look at these powers. So you can see this one's kind of stamp swap relevant, because all the images are referring to some sort of Stonemaier piece game. And this one is number 4 is your partner reveals a card from their hand, then the top card of the deck. They place one of them in either grid and puts the other in your hand. Well, so that's kind of interesting. And some of these cards are a little different for solo play, because obviously I do see them. So if you look down at the bottom of the solo rules, this is card 4. Reveal simply means choose in this case. And 5, if the partner discards, flip the remaining cards in their hand face up, which is referring to this. Your partner must perform 2 in any order. Place the top card of the deck, randomly discard a card to the bottom of the deck, or commit to playing next. So they choose 2 of those. I actually don't mind doing this one first in a solo game, because right now I can put things in any grid. So whatever pops up here from the deck, I can put in there. So this might be what I go with first. All right, on this side, number 9, each player simultaneously reveals a card to play. Choose the grid after revealing. So reveal simply means choose. So we would each simultaneously put another card in. Probably not doing that first, because that'd be really hard with the 9. Your partner must place a card in either grid that has no higher value cards. Oh my gosh, this one's so rough. Card in a grid that, okay. So I'm going to start with 5. I'm just going to put this here. So now my partner must choose to perform 2 in any order. Place the top card of the deck which I'm going to do because right now if it matches over here, I can put it over here because I have that 5 central, so that might work. And if it doesn't, then I can just put it in this one. So we're going to do that first for sure. 6. All right. So I'm actually just going to place that right here, so it doesn't matter which grid it goes in. All right, so I've done one of those things. Can I tell? I feel like this one's kind of going for vantage, just because it looks like a, very mystical place, kind of a city there. So that's my guess. I feel like this gives me vantage vibes. All right, and now my partner over here needs to do one more thing. Randomly discard a card to the bottom of the deck, or commit to playing next. I feel like, so they get to choose the grid after revealing. So I feel like I'm going to have them, instead of randomly discarding, I'm going to have this guy commit to playing next. So this one has to go next. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. So you can see there's the importance of that part. At the end of each turn, repeat the following until both hands have 3 cards or there are no cards in the deck. So this hand no longer has 3 cards. All right. So I draw 1 card without looking at it and add it face down to any hand with at most 2 cards, and flip the card face up if there's at most 1 face up card in that hand. So one little part that I did forget, not a big deal, that is whenever a card has been played, if the partner has a face down card, which they did, I immediately flip that over. Okay, so they actually have that. Okay, so, and then over here, now we're at the end. Since there's only 1 face up card, this one actually also becomes face up. Okay, so I committed that this one will go first. Now, I actually could play either of these that I don't really like this one, but technically I could get away with playing it. Because it says your partner must place a card in either grid that has no higher value cards. So technically I could put this one over here and that one would go over here and I'd be fine. And this one is your partner must follow the instructions of another card of their choice in the same row or column as that card. So they would have to follow the instructions of another card. You know what? I think I could also do this. I think I'm just going to go with this one. So you're going to go here. So now my partner must place a card in either grid that has no higher value. So I'm going to get this one out because it gives me a little bit more flexibility. So this one's going to go over here. All right, since this guy played, that means that this one will flip. Okay, and now both of them, that's the end of the turn, so both of them need another card. Since they both have 2 cards face up, both these are going to be face down. And now I can play either one. Okay, so, if I put this here, then that partner would need to do this, which would be reveal a card from their hand, then the top card of the deck, and they place one of them in either grid and put the other in your hand. So I think I'm okay with this. Okay, so this guy's gonna go. We're gonna put, this one here. So now this one must follow the instructions of another card of their choice. So I do get to flip this and see what it is. And now this card here, I think this is kind of a Red Rising looking card, means this hand needs to follow these instructions. Your partner reveals a card from their hand, and then the top of the card of the deck, they place one of them in either grid and put the other in your hand. Okay, so let's see, well, this one could go over and that helps me get to the rest of that grid. I feel like that's a good move. Okay. And then we flip this. So I put one in and then I give the other one to my buddy over here. I'm gonna give you this and I'm gonna put this guy in. Okay. So now this guy has a full hand. this guy needs one more. And now, so if I place, I cannot place 6. I can place 1 over here and over here. 1 can go in either one. Your partner must place a card that has no cards farther right in its row. Okay, so technically, if he plays this one can play over here, and that would work. Actually, could play that one too, because no other one would be farther right in its row. Let's do that. So you're going to place this here, which means you get to flip. And you need to place one that goes no farther right. So you're going to place this one out. Okay. So we're not doing too bad. Obviously the dragon is very Wormspan. And I would assume this number 2 item is origin story. It looks very superhero-like. Okay. So now, all right, this guy gets another face down card because he has 2. This one gets a face up card. Hopefully I didn't, oh no, I did flip it, cool. All right. So both of these have the 9 and both could place them. That'll help me get others out. The apiary one, your partner must take a card from either grid and place a card of +1 value in either grid. I feel like I don't want to mess with that. I think I'm going to play one of these 9s. Yeah. So we're going to play a 9, which means you get to flip. And we simultaneously put them in. I think this guy's going to, so I don't really like this. So we're going to get rid of you. And then you can't do the 3. You can place this 6 though. I'm feeling pretty good because I feel like besides this 7 over here, I have access to everything. So hopefully I can just get these powers to work. All right, so you get a face down and you get both of these face up. All right, so I feel like I have a lot of knowledge here. I just have to make the powers work. So in this one, you choose a column, left, middle, right. Your partner must place a card in the column in either grid. So in a solo game, you can't choose the middle column. So if I put this one in here, I can guarantee that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this one here so that way we have access to everything. Then I'm going to choose the right column and my partner must place a card in that grid. All right, so because this guy went, this guy gets flipped. All right. So I feel like if I do this one, we're gonna do this. Each player simultaneously reveals a card, which will work because we can both place these. This goes here and here. Now, this one would go here. Your partner reveals a card from their hand, then the top card of the deck. When they don't have one in their hand, they reveal the top card of their deck. Well, this is the one card at the end, so they can just place it over here. 99% sure I just won, which doesn't always happen. So let's see, lose instantly if neither hand can play a card. If you try to play a face down card, it turns out to be impossible. Win instantly if 17 cards are in the grid, which I did, and then the 18th just went in. So that is Smitten 2. All right, kind of get a nice look at the grid. So I'm pretty sure we have Wormspan, Origin Story, Apiary, Stamp Swap. I feel like this middle one, it could be a reference to Advantage. I can't remember if Pendulum's in this. Maybe kind of Pendulum as it kind of looks like that world. Oh, there's a lot that could be a little exploration-esque. I definitely think that's Vantage. This looks like Red Rising, Finspan. This guy's the Libertalia pirate. So yeah, I think that kind of covers it. And we have 2 identical grids. So happy I was able to win for you guys. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed learning how to play Smitten 2. Smitten, the original one, is the exact same, except different card powers and different art. I do find solo, at least, I do a little bit better with Smitten 2. But yeah, there it is. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on the mill. Bye.